Bhavra Pandey and Kattani Qureshi are from a village called Bagadpur, where it is customary for the girl to be kidnapped against her will by the guy who wishes to marry her. They are tasked by their boss and kidnapping gang leader Gunia Bhai to kidnap Roohi as part of a contract by a guy who wishes to marry her. However, a death in the family of the groom forces them to keep her in hiding in an abandoned wood workshop, so that the marriage can take place after the funeral. During their stay, Bhavra realizes that Roohi is actually possessed by a demonic spirit, which is corroborated by her father. Roohi was actually supposed to be married a year ago, but the groom and his family fled after seeing she was possessed. Udharan: Bhavra falls for Roohi and tries to coax the spirit from her body. Kattani, on the other hand, is smitten by the demonic spirit, who identifies herself as Afza, and tries to bring her forward instead of Roohi so that he can talk to her. They learn that the demon is a Mudiyapairi, a witch with backward-turned feet who is deemed to be extremely strong, and she will not leave unless she gets married along with the girl she is possessing. Gunia Bhai, fearing the police investigation behind Roohi's kidnapping, instructs them to abandon her, but they refuse, forcing him to send his henchmen to get the job done. The henchmen get gravely injured while trying to assault Kattani by Afza, and report this to Gunia. Bhavra finds out from an old woman that the Mudiyapairi has to be tricked into marrying a man who is already married, which makes her the mistress and forces her to leave the body she is possessing. The old woman had been possessed before by the same witch, and had exorcised the spirit, but not before the enraged spirit killed her supposed husband. The henchmen are attacked by Afza. One is murdered and the other injured. So Bhavra, Roohi, and Kattani leave for a village called Chimattipur, where Bhavra marries a dog for him to trick the witch. However, the villagers chastise him for bringing a witch to their sacred village. Gunia Bhai arrives to take revenge but realizes that Afza has to get married in less than a day. Eager to rebuild his reputation, Gunia Bhai tells Afza she can marry the guy who had given the contract to marry Roohi. Bhavra and Kattani arrive at the wedding. Kattani, decked in Bhavra's wedding attire, convinces Afza to marry him. They are interrupted by the old lady, who tells Afza the marriage is a fraud, and deceives her into believing by showing her the video of the dog wedding. She gets confused seeing Bhavra in the groom's attire and mistaking him to be Kattani. An enraged Afza commands Bhavra to marry him but is stopped by Roohi. Roohi then decides to marry Afza herself, thereby embracing the strength Afza had given her rather than treat her as an enemy. Roohi and Afza accept each other and leave Bhavra and Kattani behind. When the police arrive with Roohi's father, they are told by the old woman that Roohi has run away with herself. But the old woman disappears, indicating that she might have been helping Afza all along as she herself had married Mudiyapairi. In the past,